Mrs. Huckabee, why don't you do the honors, turn around, let's open the door, and let's start the tour, okay?
Okay.
Come on in. All right. I see the governor's seal right there. That's very impressive.
And I just think he had way too much fun with the whole triple wide. I think truly he was appreciative of the manufactured housing industry for providing it. Certainly wasn't ashamed of it, but knew that there were people in the country that would get a kick out of that or make fun of that.
Oh, he had fun with it. I mean, and so many people take themselves so seriously, but I think most Arkansans had a little fun alongside. I mean, that was an unbelievable media week because everybody was so interesting. Not only did we do the Jay Leno show from out there, but we did what I called the triple header. We did NBC's Today Show, we did CBS This Morning, and ABC Good Morning America, the three big morning shows on consecutive days from out there.
I remember he was on with Jay Leno.
Please welcome the governor and Mrs. Huckabee.
Live while he was doing that, jet comes out from under the trailer. Now, I have to tell you, I was standing there, and I had this horror that Jet was going to hike his leg on national television.
You know, Jay, if you continue in your career and do well, you may someday be able to live in a home like this yourself.
I had a phone call, and a gentleman called, and I was still really nervous, you know, working there. And the gentleman said, "Hello, this is Ken Starr, and I'm calling for the governor." Well, that was during the time when that whole Ken Starr era was just heating up, and I was panicked, and the governor wasn't there, and I was freaking out, and I was like mumbling and trying to figure out what I needed to do, and then the governor started laughing. I was like, "I'm just kidding, it's just me, the governor, I was just joking with you." And
as governor, he's had all these extraordinary opportunities to do a lot of hunting in places that most people don't get to go, you know, so he has taken up the habit of crowing to Richard Davies and I in particular about, well, you know, went out, had got all of an hour and a half yesterday before I got my turkey, you know, and all this kind. And of course, I hadn't killed a turkey or a deer in years.
Oh, it's awful. Every time he gets something, you know, here comes the email. Yeah, you know, usually the governor gets some big buck, and the next thing we know is we get this email saying, "Look what I got," you know, rubbing it in, basically.
We're Capitol Defense. Most of us work at the state capitol.
Oh, it's been so much fun, you know, and I think it's the one time I can say that Mike Huckabee doesn't have to worry about what he says, what he does. He's totally relaxed. It's a downtime for him and a fun time, I think. I think it's been one of the releases he's enjoyed. People say, "You aren't as bad as we thought," you know, which is, I guess, a compliment, and we always take it that way. But to have a politician that obviously enjoys his work, but then enjoys himself. And music is just one of those ways that he can express himself. Being of a Baptist ministerial ilk, dances weren't in an everyday context for him. So watching people have good, fun, a sense of community, I think he enjoys that. And he and Janet even danced at the last inaugural ball. So I think he's come a long way.
I think it's such an escape, and I think it's so relaxing, and I think it's just one of those things. We all have something that gives us peace and something fun we can do away from the job, but I also think he's always had a secret desire to be a rock star too.
We've been following you here on the Today Show, and over the last 2 years you have lost 110 pounds. I know you were diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, right?
That's right.
And so you decided to take matters into your own hands and really do something about it, right?
Well, I did, because when the diagnosis came, my doctor set me down and he says, "If you don't make some lifestyle changes, you're in the last decade of your life." And that really not only scared me, but it made me mad at myself, because I had done this to myself. And Greg, let me give these to you before I change my mind and chicken out. But at this point, I'd like to officially enter the Little Rock Marathon.
It's a personal commitment to himself. And again, I think it goes back to his religious conviction. I believe he's honoring God. I honestly believe that's probably the first thing that's in his mind, is how he's able to show that it can be done. I think for one thing, he just actually likes it. He didn't realize, a lot of people wouldn't realize how much they like running until they do it. I don't believe he ever realized how much he likes it.
We actually met him when he was, I believe, the lieutenant governor. Right, he was fat, I know that.
That's right. We met over some donuts, and I brought you some this morning.
Oh, thank you.
As an old reminder of days gone by.
Being a Christian, you talk about your Christian witness, and he lives his Christian witness. He also wants to live his health witness. He wants to prove to people that you can weigh 300 pounds and lose that weight and keep it off and be healthy and still have the time to do all the things that he does.